If you're a San Francisco 49ers fan, you have injury fatigue. For years, the San Francisco 49ers have been at the top of the league of the most injured teams, just suffering setback after setback after setback to key players, role players, doesn't matter, backups, guys who never even seen the field, like today. Andre Dillard placed on IR. Dude maybe had 3 practices. So if you're a 49er fan, injuries are synonymous with your 49ers fandom. It's something that I've dealt with as someone who posts online about all the injuries. I have people come up to me in person and tell me they have PTSD from my graphic templates because every time they see it, they have flashbacks of when they found out Nick Bosa was done for the year, or Brock Purdy tore his UCL. You get the point. So all of those different types of things, it's ingrained into us as San Francisco 49er fans. So I wanted to address it, give my opinion on it. Doesn't mean my opinion is right or anything like that, but I also want to identify some of the things I have noticed. I believe it was John Chapman posted a photo of the Denver Broncos stretching before training camp practice and the 49ers not, and it created Stretchgate. A lot of people talking about it, and honestly, I didn't give it much of a thought. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I will say I noticed it more during the beginning of the 49ers preseason game against the Denver Broncos. One of the things that I noticed, the 49ers have a routine when it comes to how they come out onto the field. So this is how it goes. They all come out kind of at their own pace, no pads. They have different equipment, bands, things like that to get warm, stretch out. Guys do kind of their own individual kind of warm-ups. That it's not a structured warm-up where everyone's doing the same thing. It's kind of just go at your own pace kind of a deal. And okay, whatever, not a big deal. They go through that, they'll do, guys will run routes. Some offensive linemen will start practicing their pass sets. Defensive linemen start doing get-offs, things like that, very just kind of standard kind of warm-up situation. And then they go into the locker room. They all get they get dressed, all of those things, and then they start trickling out. First it goes returners. So all the guys, or first it's specialists, I should say. The punter, kicker, and long snapper. And then the returners come out to start fielding punts and things like that. And then they have half of the group come out. So more, I would say, of the skill position players, running backs, wide receivers, cornerbacks. And then they go through some warm-up lines. And then about 15 minutes later, then the rest of the team comes out, offensive line, defensive line. And then they go straight into individual drills, and they start getting warm. So there's no legitimate stretching or anything like that. What I had noticed on the other side of the field with the Broncos, they were out on the field, had to be 30 plus minutes before as a team. So everyone was in pads, everyone was dressed, everyone was out going through a very long, extensive stretching period. The reason why it kind of I started paying attention to it because, I never played NFL. I played some college ball. But one of the things from my college playing days is we did that. We did it felt like 20 to 30 minute stretching period every day. And one of the things that I noticed from going through that stretching period is I got really flexible. And it was great, especially as an offensive lineman. I didn't suffer any soft tissue injuries or anything like that. I don't remember us really having that many injuries or dealing with those many things throughout our camps and things like that. But we did that every day. We did plyometrics prior, we came out to the field, We did our warm-up lines, we did our stretching, and then we started practice. And so that it felt very similar to kind of like what the Broncos were doing. And so I was just like, that's interesting. They're out here like a solid 30 minutes before, and you might even say 45 minutes compared to the last group that comes out, and they go through their stretching, then they go into individuals, then they kind of go into teams. So it felt like there's a lot more effort that what got put into the warm-up section. And I don't want to say that like it's necessarily a negative versus the 49ers. It was just different, and there was clearly a larger emphasis by the Denver Broncos to do that, to put that energy in. That's a lot of time to spend, right? That's time that those guys are spending in the locker room, decompressing, mentally preparing for the game, where those guys are already out on the field. So they were spending a lot of time going through their warm-up situation. Now, how did that bear out? I don't recall the Broncos dealing with as many injuries, from the compared to the 49ers in that game. A bunch of different situations played out, and I really didn't see anything from the Denver Broncos perspective. It did seem interesting, because considering the fact that the 49ers did have multiple injuries on the day. Jordan Watkins got hurt. Marquise Siegel got hurt. A couple guys got hurt that day. So does that mean I think that the 49ers aren't doing enough? I'm not an expert at whatever, stretching, body mechanics, any of those things. There was a day, believe it or not, where I worked out a lot, so I know, I would say I know a good amount. Played football, I went through it. Could that be a situation where the 49ers are dealing with more soft tissue injuries? I have no idea. All I'm saying is I just noticed that, and it was the first time that I'd really seen such a kind of dramatic kind of difference in the way two teams warmed up, and I thought it was interesting. Again, am I saying that this is the reason why the 49ers are dealing with so many injuries and have consistently dealt with so many injuries? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just noticing. That's it. It was an observation. It happened. It was reality. These are facts. I'm not sitting here saying you this is why, or this is the reason why the 49ers are injured. Not at all. But I get this question asked to me all the time. Why are the 49ers always injured? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. To me, I've always kind of chalked it up to bad luck, because there are a lot of injuries that have occurred where it's just bad luck. It's bad timing. Someone gets rolled up in a pile. Someone has the pile fall on them and twist their ankle. Brock Purdy gets hit, in the elbow. There's bad luck. You can chalk up a lot of injuries to just bad luck, bad timing. But I don't know. The soft tissue injury thing is also just an interesting thing. I don't know what you guys think about that. Again, I've just been thinking about it for a while, for a couple of days now. And I don't know. I just wanted to share my thoughts. And that's all I'm simply doing. I'm not assigning responsibility for these injuries to anyone or anything specifically. Just found it to be interesting. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.